Hello and welcome to the Funhaus Podcast with Ryan and Lindsay today. Let's do the jingle. It's time to do the Funhaus Podcast. It's time to do the Funhaus Podcast. We got new segments that you're meant to enjoy. Time to hang out with Lindsay and the boys. Yeah.
Ryan and Rick.
All right, cool.
You gotta cut
Rick,
yourself,
Rick.
Oh, cut to myself?
Yeah.
Hi.
Rick's here in the back. Anyway, yeah, we've been practicing that for a while. Here we are in the second episode of this iteration of the podcast.
I need people to know that you are making that up and I am trying to match you. And I need people to know because I need them to know my skill level at being able to do that.
I appreciate you.
Watch you be like,
you do a good job of following me along, so it seems like we planned it totally.
Okay, good.
Anyway, also Lindsay, right before we started recording, you said I need to actually do a official jingle that will come in after the improvised jingle.
Yeah. That
Rick can just hit every time. So I'm probably gonna be doing that soon. We got lots of fun stuff planned today. How have you been since the last time I saw you, Lindsay, in the podcast room?
Good.
What have you done? This is our segment called "What Have You Done Since Last Podcast?"
What have you done since? Well, okay. So if I'm gonna fake it, because we should also say we're pre-recording this because there's a holiday.
Well,
there was
you're not
a
allowed
holiday.
to tell people that.
Well, I want to tell people because I want to
disbelief.
also then pretend like I've already gone to Las Vegas.
Oh, that's where you're going this weekend?
That's where I'm going this week.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
You spend every MLK holiday in Las Vegas?
I spend every holiday in Las
That
Vegas.
makes sense. Yeah, I can attest to that. Cool.
So yeah, I'm going to Vegas.
Sick. Well, what have I done? I can tell you what I haven't done is smoke weed.
That's
so
great.
You know how they have like how many days since last accident or something in a lot of companies or
We
whatever?
need a tracker right here.
Yeah, we need a days since Ryan smoked weed.
I'm gonna get a.
It's been, I don't know, 15, something like that.
Well, explain to the listeners that we're talking about a whiteboard and having.
We're talking about. I think I took all the whiteboard stuff all the way out the other end of the stuff because we had a blind sonic drive.
That's where all that shit went.
Through.
What happened to
Draw
the
off.
purple one?
It's all over it's far away from here as possible. I don't think it's worth it.
It's not worth
all right,
it, Lindsay.
We'll do
Lindsay,
it
it's
next
not worth
time.
it.
We do have a dry erase board neck behind us that we will be utilizing. I guess just not today.
It's a visual element.
A visual element. All right. So I have taken control of this podcast today. And what we talked about last time was we said, hey, here's the new podcast. Give us some ideas for the podcast, right, in the comments. Write the podcast for us.
Yeah.
So today's first segment we're going to do is called the podcast segment.
Okay.
Where we're going to now go through what they told us and see, so we can basically be prepping people on
Perfect.
cool
What's to
ideas,
come?
what's to come for the podcast.
Great, because I did look at some of those and I have some that I'm gonna definitely do.
Yeah, me too. So this is good. This is like kind of podcast inception. We're going deep into the rabbit hole of the podcast. Let's see. So somebody just said, someone said bring back Lawrence's hard netting segment, which is basically just finding the weird, most obscure shit on the internet. Love that.
I mean,
idea.
I do that on the community show sometimes already. So we can definitely
It's fine if there's overlap.
talk about shit here.
We got Open House returning, but that's kind of on y'all's thing. Oh, we already kind of talked about one. A songwriting podcast, right? Where you see the process of me writing a song, you writing a song. Someone throws out an idea, like an improv show or something, or a word or whatever, and then we slowly but surely, by the end of the hour, you would have a song be played.
Okay.
Which I think would be fun.
Yeah.
Someone said they like our psychoanalyses of stuff, which I was trying to figure out what the hell that even meant. I guess.
I think that means that's what they want us to do, and we can give like our shitty opinions on like.
Okay, like advice kind of thing.
Yeah, like we would give our shitty opinion on like what's wrong with this person. Like, oh well, he's probably a narcissist. Like.
Okay.
Which I can definitely do. I can definitely be opinionated.
Have you ever heard of the podcast Are You Garbage?
No.
I never had it either, but there's
Is that like Am I the Asshole?
That's what it sounds like. I have no idea. I've never heard it, but they
subreddit.
They said that there was lots of questions that they asked people on there that we could basically just rip them off, take their questions, and then.
Well, we could also just go on "Am I the Asshole?" which is like I think a segment that used to be done on the Funhaus.
That actually was always really fun because it's always interesting to hear what people.
I've heard other podcasts do that too. So.
Well, yeah, but it would be with us, so it'd be different,
Yeah.
It's okay if we copy other podcasts because we'll do it different, kind of. This podcast segment wasn't that organized.
You didn't save the one I want to do on the next episode. On the next episode, I'm going to break down and I'm going to tell you like the top 5 things for the ultimate party.
For the ultimate party.
What makes an amazing party?
I love that idea.
So look forward to that in the next episode.
All right, we got a lot. So yeah, please keep them coming. A lot of people gave me ideas for what to do besides smoke weed. Someone just said buy a syringe of THC.
Put it in your food, like.
Yeah. All right, sure. Edibles, whatever. All right. Well, the main segment today. So yeah, that was the podcast segment. Please keep them coming.
Woo! See, now we would hit the little like music cue.
Yeah, we talked about having a soundboard, so Rick can make this more lively.
Yeah.
But today, the main segment today, we're gonna have people dropping by the whole hour, and we're gonna have Funhaus Show and Tell.
Okay.
Give us a round of applause for Funhaus Show and Tell.
What about for the audio listeners? Describe and tell. It's just tell and tell.
Describe. So basically, I told everyone to get something from their office, their brand new office today, to that they wanted to show off, kind of like when you were in grade school. Did you ever do show and tell when you were in school? What do you remember? Any significant ones?
Probably just some dumb little kid shit.
Okay.
Like, I want to show you my Barbie dream car.
My parents recently moved out of the house that I lived in from like I was 11 to 18.
Yeah.
And in doing so, they are like, please get
your garbage.
The shit that is stored in our house out of here. We don't have room anymore. Get it out. So understandably, I had to go through that when I was over Christmas, and so I found a lot of funny things that I kind of totally forgot existed. So my show and tell is the homemade calendar I made for my mommy and daddy in 1995. We're gonna go through it.
So you got to describe a little bit too.
Yeah. So this is at first. Oh wait, shit. This is I think December, but it says "Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad." 1995 calendar. Love, Ryan. And I made all this out of construction paper and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I guess I was 9. This is January. It's two cute snowmen. Mm-hmm. You can also tell my mom and dad never use this calendar because there's nothing in it. No important day.
Most people don't use a calendar. They go, "Oh, I got a calendar." I guess
you're right. It's a collector's item.
They just hang it up and then, Valentine's.
2 is Valentine's Day.
You cut out those hearts.
Pretty hearts. I vaguely remember doing all this kind of.
Really?
So oh wait, that's not yet.
How could you possibly remember that?
Are you
sure you're not just looking at it and thinking that you remember?
This is the lion march. Because what's that saying about March and lions and in like a lion, out like a lamb? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but that's pretty cool. You did that as a, 1995?
Yeah, 95. That's a lion.
So you were like 8 or 9?
I was 9. I was born in 86. So, and then here's April. April showers bring May flowers. So this is a rain.
It looks like a banana with electrical tape.
I can see that, and yeah, the blue thumbprints are raindrops. Let's see, we're gonna go halfway through this, and then Jacob's actually waiting out here for his show and tell time, and then I'll show the rest after he's done. We got in May. These are the May flowers. So yeah, it tells the story. April showers, they bring the May flowers. Here's May flowers, and then for June. I don't know why, but it's goldfish.
Those look like clown. Those are clownfish or whatever, right?
But why is it in June?
I don't know. I'm looking at 2 orange fish with black stripes, and because you're a Bengals fan.
Right. Yeah, of course. Hoo-day fish.
Hoo-day fish. Hoo-day fish think they is.
Yeah. Well, that's halfway through the year with my show and tell. But before you can give me your review of my show and tell, Jacob, welcome Jacob. He has.
He's coming in for show and tell.
For his show and tell segment.
I'm gonna move so he can come sit here. We need a better.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it wasn't against the wall.
Get in here, Jacob. Show the people what you brought.
Guess what?
And describe it to our audio listeners.
Can you believe what I brought?
I can't.
Describe it.
What is this?
Describe it.
Gundam model kit.
It's a Gundam, guys.
Yes.
For those who are listening, just picture a Gundam.
Yeah, picture a Gundam, but picture one that's like extra cool. And I'll do a little teaching moment for everybody.
Okay, please.
For people that know the hobby know this, but it's often referred to as just Gunpla, the hobby, just Gunpla. It's short for Gundam plastic model.
Oh, so
it's not gunplay.
So
No, it's almost that, but it's not.
I like that it jiggles.
There's
it's
the Gundam
jiggling.
is what you're making, but then Gunpla
Gunpla.
is the
That's
act
like the hobby.
of the hobby of doing it.
Yeah.
And what are you, the person who is are you a
Gunpla.
a Gundai?
I'm the Gunpla.
A gun guy.
Yeah, Gunpla guy.
Gunplundi.
Yeah, sure. We'll
So
invent
how long
new
did this
terms.
take you to make?
How long did this one specifically take me to make?
Yeah.
I think it took maybe somewhere between 8 to 10 hours.
How many pieces are there?
So many. So many.
Well, give a ballpark so people will know,
I don't know. There's hundreds. Definitely
okay,
hundreds.
so not 10,000.
No, but you have to cut them all out individually.
That's
to put them together.
so annoying.
No, it's fulfilling.
At least Legos already come here's a bag of Legos.
but Legos for babies.
You're not made. You're
I'm just
not made
kidding.
for Gunpla, then, Lindsay. This looks so fun and awesome.
No, I'd honestly compare it to Lego. Other than you have to just snip out the little pieces.
Now,
Yeah.
these two phallic objects coming out of his asshole, what are those a function for?
They're penises.
They are penises.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're
Okay.
they're not fuel tanks like you'd be led to believe.
That is what I would.
other
They're
Gundam
giant
stuff.
back
Yes.
dicks.
Yeah, but like a shark. It's got 2 of them.
Now, if I had to describe this to our audio listeners, this Gundam man has wings but the wings are kind of split into 3 also phallic shaped.
Oh no,
wing
those
things.
those are fin funnels. So
I'm sorry, fin
yeah,
funnels.
if you're a new type, you can control those remotely, and they shoot lasers at your enemies.
You
and
fuck
also,
with those fin funnels?
I mean, you could. Inside, not with this one specifically, but a lot of times with these models, there's a tiny little pilot that's inside that you can't see ever because he's hidden away forever.
So they're like Transformers.
In shape, yes.
Or they're like when all the Power Rangers come together and then they
Like
all
a
sit in the
Megazord?
cockpit.
Yeah, it's a lot more like that.
cockpit.
The cockpot?
Yeah,
I like that a
cockpit.
lot better. Go
Now-
sit in the cockpot.
In the Gundam universe, these are sentient robots, right?
No.
No.
There's vehicles. You just drive them.
Oh, so human beings are inside there.
Yeah, they just sit in a little cockpot.
It's like
with
Pacific
controls.
Rim.
Yeah, they just sit in it and they drive it.
Okay.
And they shoot at each other. And in Gundam, there's a lot of crying too. A lot of being sad that you're a child in war, having to pilot a big robot.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have multiple questions. How many Gundam... Is Gundam like Lego where I can't say plural?
No, you can say Gundams.
How many Gundams have you built?
Oh boy, I think I did a rough count sort of recently, and I'm in the mid-30s.
Mid-30s. And because you've kept them all.
Yeah.
And then how many do you have that you haven't built?
That I haven't built? Oh God, that's a lot
great
scarier.
question.
There's I think in a couple ad reads I've done in my office,
Yeah,
you can see
we've
the
seen the
giant Jenga pile of Gundam boxes behind me. I'm not sure, honestly. I think maybe I think maybe around the same amount unbuilt.
Unbuilt.
Yeah, and I usually build them really slowly too, a few hours at a time. Plugging myself, I build them on Twitch on Mondays, a few hours at a time. And this one I didn't do on Twitch. This one I just did for me.
Oh, that was just for you.
This one's just for me, which I like to have those.
Well, now you're sharing it with,
Yeah, and I shared this one
everyone.
because this was one of the most fun ones I ever did, and it's just been on my desk in the office ever since.
And where do you like to start? I assume you can kind of go start at any joints or that you want. Or
There's
do you
instructions.
Start with the dick.
Okay. Yeah, I do actually like to start with the dick though, and these kits they have
Dicks.
prominent dicks sometimes. I think I've built a few that have they'll have a big rocket, a big cock rocket. And it's always big and blocky and sticking out and stuff. So I always get excited when I get to that part.
I have another question.
Yeah.
So when you get tired of having all of them and you're like, I don't need all of these, do you just throw them away, or is there any resale value to selling a already built Gundam?
I've seen people sell them before, but it's usually because they paint them and stuff. They customize them, and then people will buy them to display
So then you
them.
just, when you're like, I'm done with these, you just throw them away?
Yeah.
Have you thrown any away?
No, I haven't actually. No, I display them. I have like.
I know, but what if when you run out of room to display them?
You get a new shelf. I've got a whole IKEA shelf that I have not built yet. Yeah, that's 100% true. You go vertical.
Yeah.
Because like I've had a shelf that's like it's like one of those Kallax ones, you know,
Yeah.
like just the square ones, but it's too high. I mean, it's too high. The number 2. It's like a 2x4, but I've got one that's 3x4 that I need to build.
Okay.
There's way more space for more of these.
Interesting that you say Kallax, and
How
I
is
would
it
always say
pronounced?
Kallax.
Kallax? That
Yeah.
sounds better.
That's an IKEA piece
Yeah.
of furniture.
Yeah, you can go to IKEA, get your Kallax, get your cockpot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got Charlotte joining us with her
Show and tell.
show and tell.
Thank
Wait,
you,
Yeah.
Jacob.
you
Yeah.
can't leave yet.
What?
Join us for part of Charlotte's.
Okay, 'cause
Charlotte, come on in here
Got
with
one
your
of
show and
these
tell.
too.
What is this that you brought in here? What is this monstrosity?
So Charlotte, Avery is here, everybody. She's putting a crab down on the table. This looks like a crab. I'm just describing it.
Welcome to the pod, Charlotte.
Hi. This is obviously a set ops crab suit meant for the hunting of the Tulkun.
Clearly.
by the human people newly returned to Pandora, not 1 year past.
Yes, this is a Navi. This is kind of a.
Well, this is not Navi tech.
Well, no, I was going to say this is a
not
Navi killing machine, basically, right?
Well, They wish, yeah. It's the Tulkun, and they mostly fish off their waters because the Tulkun's brains make humans not die.
Yeah, these are for putting the hooks in the Tulkun so you can hoist them aboard
This
your
puts
whaling
this
vessel.
puts the hooks in the Tulkun.
I saw the movie and I love the movie, but all of the technical jargon just went one ear and out the other.
What's your opinion on Payakan's transgressions?
I'm probably con, right? I don't anti.
I don't think they're nearly as bad as the one that he commits in the movie.
Yeah. I think the one he does in the movie is cool. I'm an eco-terrorist now.
Did you build this, Charlotte, or did you buy it?
I bought it. Jacob has one too. So does my friend.
There's 2 of them in this office.
There's 2 of them in this office. It's got 31 points of articulation.
31 points.
And
of
it's holding a
articulation.
Sharpie just because I thought it was funny.
Now, Jacob was describing how he spends all this time building these things. Now, what I really wanted to know, and this also applies to your show and tell thing too, is how often do you play with them? Like, you're flying them around, you're making them battle each other.
Well,
do you
I'm
ever do that?
not a
Jacob?
7-year-old.
Well, right.
This
but
is serious.
that's-
This is collective.
Yeah, I don't play. I just
Gunpla.
That makes
Play
me
is
sad.
important. I play video games, which are also toys. Wasn't that cool, dude? Wow, Mom, can I play for another hour?
Quadruple kill.
Oh shoot, I gotta level up.
That's what we say.
I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah,
Jacob's
you
not.
bet.
I don't know.
All right, thanks, Jacob.
Thanks a lot, Jacob, for bringing your Gundam in.
Get out of
I'm
there.
gonna go stare at my Gundam some more.
Now the Gundams, he has a problem, and I'm quickly coming down with the same sickness. Ooh,
See,
because I've got boxes piling up behind me now of kits that need building.
This is the same thing that I just asked him, but like when you are like, I don't want them anymore because I think the idea of building a Gundam sounds really fun. I would
Yeah.
love to do it. I'm
Yeah.
like, with my little fingers and all the little pieces.
Yeah.
I don't want it afterwards. It's trash to me. What
I
do
want
do
to
with it
play
afterwards?
with it. I want to take
Okay,
the
I'll
two
build
things
it and I'll
make
give
a
it to
fun
you.
like video where like a you can make a cool stop motion thing and you can have cool effects coming out. You can make a
Okay, I'll
machine
build
gun and shit.
Gundams and give them to you.
Yeah, and then especially if you crash them and stuff. and
Yeah,
you
so- You have to
pay for half
see all
of
the
them.
pieces.
You don't want to crash them because they come apart kind of easily.
Well, that's what I'm
That
saying.
would be
If
great.
They're
if
made
you're
for
trying to throw
display.
them away anyway, then
That's
yeah,
good for
destroy
him.
it in a fun way. That's kind of my logic.
He's gonna make
is.
short movies with the Gundams that I build. It's
Yes.
decided.
Okay. I
Thank
just
you
feel
for
like
bringing
it's a
your
waste.
crab.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, like, I do think this thing is very cool to look at. When
Does
as soon
it
as
move?
as soon as I saw it in a
Ooh.
as soon as I saw it in the movie, I was like, that's my shit. That's exactly my. This is the kind of Lego set that I would have gone absolutely fucking wild for when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I also bought it because I thought it was funny to own, and
Can
we
you-
didn't know they were gonna be this big. We thought they were gonna be maybe a third of the
So
size.
how many of these are
It's so big.
in this
Yeah.
office?
2. We're
It's
trying
about
to.
8 inches tall.
It's not 8
it's like
inches
square.
Well,
That's
actually,
about 8
yeah.
inches, yeah. It's like,
I don't know how long or
it's like
or big
8 by
things
8
are.
by 12 probably. That's how big this thing is. I just
Yeah,
want to
if you
describe
curled up
it.
the arms though, careful. I
Oh,
spent
sorry,
a lot of
sorry,
time posing that.
sorry,
It's
sorry.
balanced
My-
on my Death Stranding art
bad.
book on my desk.
How much was this?
With or without tax and shipping.
Yeah, like how much did you
All
spend?
in.
Because the product itself is like $40, but I think I spent like $50.
It's priceless.
Okay.
But I also saw Avatar as an AMC A-lister, so I take that money and I reinvest it in what's important to me, which is a crab
Avatar
mech.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
I went to AMC yesterday, and you A-listers were pissing me off. Okay.
Okay, well
'Cause
that's uncalled
I was sitting
for.
there, and there was two. It was like no one was in the theater, right? But then I was in the regular people plebeian line, and then there was like the A-lister premium line, and then people just kept getting into that line.
That's tough to
And then
open.
it took me forever to get my junior mints when I wanted to see A Man Called Otto.
How was
terrible
that?
film.
Oh yeah. Is Tom Hanks in his terrible era?
It's seemingly, but like they all are making money, and he's the worst part of like
He's
Elvis,
the worst part of it.
Pinocchio.
Midway.
I actually didn't see that.
I didn't
one.
see it either.
What
But-
kind of role should Tom Hanks do that's like going to be a good
He
role
can do
for him?
fucking anything.
Yeah, but
It's
Well,
if
like-
he's in
they're
a
not- if they're
transitional
all-
period. He's not quite old enough to do old man roles.
Yeah.
but A Man Called Otto is an old man role.
Right. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not. I feel like he's not curmudgeonly enough.
Well, he's trying to be. That's kind of the whole character. Spoiler alert: is he's this curmudgeon old man, and
Yeah.
and he actually looked pretty old. I was kind of sitting there going, "Wow, like Tom Hanks. How old am I? That Tom Hanks is like really, really old now."
Yeah.
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 He's a classic guy to look at. Like in big era Tom Hanks. Like
Oh, of course.
I mean, he's a weird looking guy, but in an attractive way.
Yeah, he's handsome.
Like I'm attracted to him, but he's not like a standard Hollywood hunk type. And
Right.
he's passed that on to his son Colin, as opposed to his other very conventionally attractive son,
Truman.
Chad.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
Truman.
Truman Hanks is in A Man Called
Yeah.
Otto.
You're
A
kidding.
kid I never knew he had.
I know. He plays him when he's younger or something.
Something like that.
My man's out there siring.
I haven't seen it. I just...
Oh, a boy called Otto. A child called Otto.
Maybe I'll know.
There was you know what Tom Hanks' best performance last year was though?
Last year.
Last-
Yes, because he was
Oh,
in all these bad
Pinocchio.
movies. No, it was he did a cameo at Fish's New Year's Eve run at Madison Square Garden. He came back as the guy from Castaway because they have a song called Wilson, and the big gimmick was that Tom Hanks came out as Castaway and goes Wilson, and then they threw Wilsons out into the audience, and everyone hit him like beach balls.
That movie's so sad. He comes back. He finally gets rescued, and
It's a Memphis, Tennessee
his
classic.
wife
FedEx is a big part of it, and
his-
they
Is
fly
FedEx
out of,
based
they
in
fly out
Memphis?
of,
Life has
yes,
moved
it's Fred Smith founded in Memphis.
Was it?
Lots of Memphis history.
You just
here
told
in
me
this
who
pod.
founded FedEx in Memphis. Fred Smith, first and last name. What is Tom Hanks' name of a
In-
character in Castaway?
I'll never be able to get this. Tom Jones, the singer from Las
Yes,
Vegas.
yeah. The Tom Jones from Mars Attacks.
it's hard to say because there's barely any dialogue in that film at all.
Yeah. We're gonna look that up right now. But
There's
yeah,
plenty of dialogue once he starts to really lose it. I like when he knocks out his tooth at the ice skate because it's like, I wouldn't do that. I would just kill
yeah.
myself. I'm not doing the tooth.
Who's
I'm
the
just
actress that plays his wife? Is it
Helen Hunt.
Helen
Oh,
Hunt.
Helen
That's what I
Hunt.
was
But his name is apparently Chuck Noland.
I knew that.
You did not
Not
know
a-
that.
Yeah, because I
Shut
just
the
watched it
fuck
not that
up.
long ago.
Helen Hunt from like Succession and The Incredibles. Is that Helen
No,
Hunt?
Helen Hunt from like Mad About You. And,
Women Want?
What Women Want.
With Mel Gibson.
With Mel Gibson.
Who am I thinking of?
You said Secession?
Who
Which
plays Mrs.
character?
Incredible?
Oh,
that Helen Hunt?
no, that's another Hunt. You're
Bonnie Hunt?
no, she's in broadcast news.
Bonnie
Fuck.
Hunt is
Well,
in
she's the one who
Jumanji.
talks like this.
Yeah,
she's got a
yeah.
little bit of this on the end of when she talks.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Hold on.
And she's great. She's great. in
she's
Succession.
an
Season
amazing
2.
Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter.
Helen
Oh,
Hunt,
okay.
Holly Hunter. I've made that same mistake
Helen
before.
Hunt, Holly Hunter. Helen Hunt, Holly Hunter.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish that I had that kind of affectation on my voice.
It's
'Cause
very
it's
endearing.
It's
could do
cute.
it.
Yeah,
Just
I
do
could.
it.
I could just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
like
right.
Holly Hunter a
Do
lot.
whatever you
Helen
want.
Hunt's pretty good, but Holly Hunter better.
Who would marry a Chuck Nolan? Anyway, yeah, this is my set ops crab suit.
I love it.
Free Pyacon. Shouts out Loak. Big ups to the whole silly family.
See, I
haven't seen Avatar too.
Wow,
It's
you're like
worth-
the only one on Earth. Apparently,
it's worth
made
seeing.
$5 billion already. But yeah, I like this.
5,050,000,050.
I like this segment because we get to learn what our
What
our
freak
friends
shit-
and coworkers are into, and you apparently are really into Avatar, Charlotte.
I always been into Avatar. I was 14 in 2008 or 9 when the first one came out. Primed.
Okay, I'm doing the math.
For it to like get into my gray matter when it was still kind of solidifying, and I got a hard brain. That's
Same
enough.
here. Thanks a lot, Charlotte, for
Yeah,
coming
thanks,
on.
guys.
Show
It's
and
a pleasure
tell.
as always.
Appreciate it. Come back, son.
Ryan.
Visit us next time. Whoa!
She's doing a visual bit.
A visual
audio
bit for
listeners.
audio listeners. It has been spiked on the table, and it is in 1,000 pieces now.
I feel like I have to admit to you that I didn't even see the first Avatar until like a
What
couple years
in
ago.
the fuck? How? I mean, I get it though. Every once in a while there's a cultural phenomenon that I just go, I'm gonna sit this one out. I did that
For now, yeah.
I did it with Game of Thrones. I tried.
Have you
I
ever
just
watched it?
I started. I'm like, I'm not getting through 8 seasons of this or whatever. There's no way. I did it
Just
with,
watch the third season and then you can move on with your life.
I did it with Harry Potter. I didn't read a book. I barely watched any of the movies. It's just I have no
That's
reference
fine.
for
You
it.
don't seem like that kind of guy. To like watch
I'm not
that kind of stuff.
You mean
like watch a long series of stuff
very
when there's
a
many
lot of
chapters
people,
to a story.
A lot of people have to tell me that it's awesome for me to want to do a huge binge of multiple seasons of a show that everyone loves. But like I just caved on White Lotus. I really like that show now, but I watched it way
I
after.
didn't like it that much.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I liked it more than I thought I would. Honestly, I thought I was gonna kind of go think it was lame, but I thought the first season was awesome.
I dislike it for the same reasons that I think I can't really get into Succession.
See, I love Succession.
I'm just like I don't need to watch like kind of boring stories about like really unpleasant people.
See, I'm so with you. Most of the time, it's like most of the if someone's like, "Oh, this is a takedown of the 1% or whatever," I'm like, "All right, who gives a shit?" Yeah, they're assholes. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how many more interesting ways can you tell me this? But when it's very well written, like Succession and White Lotus, somehow, I think like to me there was a lot of cool nuance to White Lotus. Like, they kind of gave.
I only watched like 3 episodes, but I just couldn't. I mean, 3.
I
I
get
feel like
it,
that's
yeah.
enough to of a chance. I go okay, and then I know they're both like great shows according to masses, but I am it's just not for me.
Totally
Not
get it.
everything's for everyone.
Triangle. If you want the best takedown of the 1% in the last year was Triangle of Sadness. You can get that out in about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Awesome movie from Roland Osterbander. Sorry, I butchered his name. Anyway, back to my calendar from 1995.
Yeah, let's see the rest of this.
We're going straight to July.
You gotta be careful with this
I know,
thing.
this
It's
thing's
vintage.
a fucking antique. But yeah, like I said, have no idea why these goldfish are in June. But then, of course, July.
America.
A pretty
There's
amazing
a
American flag.
painted flag.
Yep. And
Just go
and
through the rest of the calendar.
go
and
through
then
the
we'll
rest of the
move on.
calendar. We got August.
Boats, sailboats.
Oh, is Arbor Day in August? I think
That has to do with trees, though.
no. I thought it was a boat holiday.
Arbor Day, isn't that trees?
No, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
Rick is nodding at me.
Rick-
That's trees,
Rick?
Rick.
Yeah, it's for trees.
Are you
No, it
thinking
is
of
not.
like
Arbor Day? I think is a
Regatta
boat
Day or
holiday.
something?
Here, we'll
What the
check right
hell?
now.
I thought Earth Day was the tree holiday. Hold on, yeah. Okay, we'll figure that. Yeah, Rick, figure out what Arbor Day is all about while
It's
we go through
trees.
this.
What are you guys
I'm
talking
almost positive it's boats. Arbor. I guess maybe I'm thinking harbor. Is that where my mind is?
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Harbor. Right? So
about?
Arbor
I said
Day.
1995. He goes Arbor Day. Arbor Day. Oh, the H is silent.
All right, so Arbor Day is celebrated on the last Friday in April in the United States. It is marked by the planting of trees and emphasizes caring for them as a way to sustainably protect
Are
our
you
planet's
serious?
natural
I
resources.
swear to God, my entire
Why?
life up till this moment, I thought Arbor Day was like this weird boat holiday. That I'm like, oh, back in the day, the boats must have been a bigger thing, and so we had a whole holiday about boats.
Wow.
I mean,
Why?
boats are still a big thing.
Yeah,
They
but
are.
why did I think that? That was so ingrained in my brain. I've never heard it was about trees ever. Okay, I feel stupid. Moving on to the next one. Okay, September. We got a bunch of leaves. These are just leaves, kind of with paint all over them. I know this is probably so riveting for our audio listeners. But then October, we have Halloween.
There's a pumpkin.
It's a beautiful pumpkin with one tooth. I thought that was pretty funny. It has a one-tooth pumpkin. Last 2 months, we got my turkey, November. And then, of course, this beautiful Christmas tree in December. Oh, man, I forgot to give. I have Ryan Haley T-ball trading cards that I found that I was planning to give to all of our guests today, but I completely forgot. But
let me take a look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm going to look at this, and you can tell.
And then while Lindsay looks at my T-ball trading cards, we're going to do an ad break. Ryan, hit us with the ad break. Hi. Just because it's the end of the year, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the holiday rush season. It's a great time right now to set up a year of success by saving money and being more efficient with Stamps.com. January means dealing with customer emails, returns, gift card purchases, and the inevitable increase in postage costs. But Stamps.com teamed up with the post office to get you huge mailing and shipping discounts for up to 86% off. That's 86% off. Print your own postage right from home or office within minutes of signing up. And never stress about finding the fastest and cheapest shipping solutions. Stamps.com does it for you automatically. It's like the post office, but elevated. An elevated post office. Think about it. Stamps.com has amazing partnerships with USPS and UPS for unbeatable rates of, like I said, up to 86% off. Stamps.com automatically tells you what your cheapest and fastest shipping options are. No guessing, no overpaying, no thinking required. My favorite part, I hate to think. Stamps.com makes it to where I don't have to ever. Start the new year by saving serious money on mailing and shipping. Get started with Stamps.com today by signing up with promo code FHPOD for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments, no contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter FHPOD. Stamps.com, baby. Today's episode is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. Thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past, bro. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Here's how it works. Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. Amazon, Yahoo, MySpace, one of those. When you check out, the Honey button appears and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. Wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons it can find on that site. And then if it does, if Honey finds a working coupon, you'll find the prices drop, baby. See these khaki pants? I have one pair of khaki pants that I just bought because I want to look like a normal, decent human being. And I saved $3.80. If I can save $3.80 for every single pair I buy every year, like I said, I will probably be able to retire by the time I'm 42. Anyway, Honey doesn't just work on desktops anymore. It works on your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. If you don't already have Honey, what the heck are you doing? You're probably missing out on good deals. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this show. Get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/FHPod. That's joinhoney.com/FHPod. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it. Lindsay, how did that look? What do I look like?
Little Ryan, little baby Ryan.
Little baby
How old
Ryan.
are you? 8? 7?
I must be 7 or 8 there.
7 or 8, yeah.
I'm going to cut you out one right now for you to put in your wallet.
Oh, you're going to cut the sheet?
Yeah, I'm going to cut the sheet. Oh. So, yeah, while I'm doing this, how about you do your show and tell?
Okay, I'll get my show and tell. Can't believe Ryan's giving me one of his 8th grade baseball trading cards.
Not 8th grade. This is like 8 years
old.
old.
That's what I meant to say. Okay, can you describe to
the
listeners what I have right here?
Okay, so Lindsay just brought in an empty Gatorade bottle that she's turned into like a vase / like atrium or terrarium for this plant, right? It's like a.
Do you know what kind of plant this is?
I was gonna guess weeping willow.
That's a tree. You don't know anything about trees.
I clearly don't.
Okay, this is a Monstera plant, what I have right here.
A monster plant?
It's called Monstera.
Oh.
And it's got, will you tell them how many leaves it's got?
There's 3 leaves and one that is yet to bloom.
A baby leaf.
A baby leaf.
So I took this. There was these two big ones.
Okay.
I think. No, this one, and this one. And they were part of a big plant. I'm just pointing to 2 leaves on this plant. And it was in the old office, like in my office. And I just forgot about it for a long time, and it was going to die because I forgot to water it.
Okay.
And it was going to die. So I cut it. I cut these 2 leaves off of the plant. I threw the rest of the dead plant away. And then I put just the stems and the leaves in this Gatorade bottle, and all of this has grown since I did that.
Damn.
It's like full of roots.
Yeah, well, it looks like ramen noodles or something.
It does kind of.
But it's roots in the sand. How long is this supposed to live like this, or how
This
long
can live like this for forever. It's been in here for like 5 or 6 months at this point. And look, it's got a new leaf.
That's awesome.
So this is one of my plants that I have here.
Are you like do you garden in your everyday life? Like you have plants at home?
Yeah,
and shit?
You saw. Well, you didn't see anything. I
I'm not
had
in
a
the
party
right
and
frame of
Ryan showed
mind.
up as drunk Santa. But I have like 40 plants or something in my home.
Okay, I vaguely remember this.
And at any point, I could also take this out of here and put it into a pot of soil.
Damn. Well, are you gonna? Does it have a name? Do you name your plants?
I did name my plants. I think this one was, I had one that I used to keep in my bathroom, and I asked like Instagram what to call it, and they called it Lady Gaga because like of the monsters, her little monsters. So.
Yes, like
Yeah.
Cool.
Or I think it was like Lady Monster. I don't remember if it even has a name. I could look it up on my plant app, which I do have.
Well, while Lindsay's looking it up on her plant app, John Smith has just entered the room with his show and tell. So let's leave this up around, so we can. It's pretty nice. So John, welcome to the pod. Welcome to show and tell, dude.
You can hear all the claps.
Yeah, one day we're gonna have clapping on the soundboard, so it actually, sounds like a million people are in here. What do you have to show us today?
I brought in my desktop vacuum.
I want one of these.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so this is a wonderful device that I got because I'm very sensitive. I have sensitive skin. So if I'm moving my mouse around and there's a little fleck of something rubbing on my wrist, it really bothers me.
Yeah, a little crumb.
Yeah, and a lot of times if you try to sweep it away, it just, with like the pad, it just bounces and then lands there again. And I found if there's a few things, it's very difficult to do that. And, I like to keep the dust away. So I got this little vacuum.
It's round. It's like the size of like a hockey puck, but like 2 hockey pucks stacked together maybe.
And it's a very nice, like, turquoise, creamy turquoise.
Tiffany blue.
Yeah.
Seafoam. And, initially I looked and I said, this doesn't look like it's going to have enough vacuum power. But I forgot how vacuums work. It's just, I'd say that's about, 4 millimeters off the surface.
Yeah.
It creates very good suction.
Can we?
And you just.
Oh, and it's so quiet.
Look at this. Look at all this
He's
junk.
vacuuming
There's all this junk
dust.
all over, all this dust all over the table. And look.
It doesn't appear to be picking some of that up.
Well, those are scratches in the table.
Oh, okay.
This is a fucked up table.
Is that okay?
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. I use it like once a week. I love it so much.
How did you figure out
$11?
How did you figure out? How did you know this existed?
Well, I said I wish this existed. Let me give it a search, and it did.
I've seen them on TikTok. That's how I find out.
Well, I found mine years ago. I also brought another show and tell gift.
Oh, let's see it. Oh my God!
It's a knife.
You can't just flip out a giant
Thank
switchblade
God he
on
didn't
the
go.
pod.
Let me see it at the same time.
This is a rip snort.
John has a knife, a pocket knife.
A rip
I have
snort?
mini knives.
That's a big knife.
Does that mean
thick.
you do? Is that like a knife you do
that's its
drugs
name.
off of, like in
Sure,
Scarface or something?
Yeah, it's actually got a little divot specifically for that.
Hell yeah! So
Yeah.
what do you have this for?
Opening Amazon packages.
Not
And
for
I
self-defense.
used it to open the package
Do you
for
mind?
this
Oh.
vacuum.
Do you ever hold it at night when you're going to your car?
No.
Okay.
I have that axe for home defense that you saw in the short we shot in the sewer.
Oh yeah, tell me about the sewer. You said you wanted to bring up our trip to the sewer the other day.
A few months ago, it was like
December. It was right before we went off for break, about a month and a half ago.
I was like, because I know that sewers exist, and I know that gutter punks like going into sewers to do punk shows. And so I said, you know who I think would know a good sewer to enter?
Well, why did you want a sewer to enter to begin with?
It was because we were going to shoot A Plague's Tale.
That's right.
But no one was down. So I said, well, let me do some scouting. And so I said, hey, Ryan, do you know of any sewers we can go into? And you said yes. And I knew that was going to be the answer.
I love
Ryan,
going out of the sewers.
Well, can you tell me about trash? Absolutely.
And so Ryan and I scheduled a time. We went down to the sewer, and we checked it out. Very clean. I think most people, when they think of sewers, they think of like Ninja Turtles and stuff like that, where it's slimy pipes and everything.
There's ooze.
Yeah, ooze. Not the case.
A cool whole, crash pad.
When you say it's clean, I mean, you wouldn't want to eat off of it or anything.
It's not slimy anywhere.
Right. But it is like, a little grimy. But the cool part about it is that there's amazing graffiti all the way down it for miles.
Exactly, yeah. It's a very popular tag spot. Or no, a tag's a little graffiti. These are like giant murals.
No, tag is, any spray, I think you can tag.
Well, usually people call tag, like your name.
Tags where you just whack
Jimbo.
and then dip.
Yeah.
Where these are like murals, like crazy artwork, all down. We walked probably 2 miles into it or something. We walked for a long time. Because there was
barefoot.
Yeah, there was a little. Yeah, you were barefoot. I was barefoot on the way back. My feet hurt for days afterwards. Because it's basically just a water channel. So it's just a rectangle, and there's constant water flow. So just like a river, it's clean. And I thought we should go down there because just in the mouth of it, it was dry and there were vines hanging down. I'm still planning to do a gameplay there.
I would love to.
Just get a few people that are down to. Basically, the only hurdle is you have to climb down an 8-foot wall that we could bring a ladder, and then that's it.
Yeah, and I remember distinctly us walking back after the 2 miles, and obviously at that point we'd walk like 4 and being like, how the fuck are we going to get back up this fucking wall that we had scaled down? And we were maybe a little intoxicated.
Yeah.
But luckily this person.
The guy we passed initially when we walked in, there was a dude tagging, making this beautiful mural.
Yes, and then luckily he, I guess, had set up like his own little makeshift stairs of trash, which was like this.
Well, it was planks of wood. It was a plank of wood.
Yeah.
It was a large plank of wood,
which helped us immensely.
Yeah, we propped up on that, hopped up, easy peasy.
Sorry, you got drunk and you went into the sewer?
Drunk. We were drunk.
We were drunk in the sewer.
Oh, okay. You got high and you went into the sewer?
Yeah, we were high.
Yeah, we were high.
We were high on weed. That's exactly what it was.
And back to your cool vacuum cleaner.
Yes.
When I first saw this, I thought it was going to be like a Roomba situation where it just goes around your desk at all times, cleaning up stuff.
They probably make that.
Could be.
I want to, can you check to see if that exists next time?
I will, yeah. I'll update you on that.
Cool.
I mean, really, if you put like the little spinny things that are in controllers that make the rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you just put one of those on top of this and turned it on, it would just kind of move around on its own.
Okay. Makeshift Roomba.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, we got to go back to the sewer sometime. Lindsay, you want to come with us to the sewers next time we go?
Absolutely not.
Why the hell not?
Lindsay's excuse was that it was a 40-minute drive. That was her excuse.
Well, it was really close to our old office too.
Yeah.
It would have been way more convenient for everyone. Well, John, thanks a lot for coming. Here's a trading card from me when I'm about 7 years old.
Oh my God. This is beautiful.
It's a baseball pose.
It's a baseball.
Wow, look at you. You're just as lanky as ever.
Yeah. You know it.
You know it.
All-Star. Were you an All-Star or did they just put that on everybody?
They gave it to everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was actually on the All-Star
I'm a participation
team.
All-Star.
Yeah, playing softball.
The USA team?
No, it's just like the All-Star team. Like out of all the leagues, all the teams, and then you get plucked.
I was the mascot for my school's robotics team.
What? Okay, tell us about that.
Well, they were called the Holy Cows. It's called First Robotics, from the guy who invented the Segway. It was an initiative to get high schoolers into STEM.
Okay.
Which stands for, I don't know what that stands for, but it's basically
it's all
like,
the smart stuff.
Yeah, all the smart
mathematics
stuff.
and engineering and trigonometry
exactly.
and
Statistics.
science. Yeah, sure.
I don't know if it's trigonometry, but
Something, I know.
and there were all the smart kids were on the team, and then one day they came into my classroom because this was senior year and it didn't matter what we did, so we would just hang out everywhere. And like 9 people came into the room and were like, "John, we need to talk to you." And they all sat down around me, and then we have a very important question. We want you to be the mascot for the robotics team. And I said yes in a heartbeat.
Said thank God because I'm a robot.
Yeah, it was great. I got to wear a cow suit, and I got to go to Georgia and Vegas for 2 different competitions. The competition that year was you had to create a robot that could pick up balls and throw them into hoops. And so 4 different robots were rolling around on this course with big rings, kind of like Quidditch, like vertical rings. And they would scoop up the balls and then load them into a chamber, all in this one robot, and launch them out. It was pretty cool.
Kind of like a battle bot situation?
Yeah, but I was lucky in that I just had to show up for when we were competing, and then I just got to chill out at the hotel and like watch movies. I remember I watched Die Hard, and I was so into it. I hadn't watched it since I was 4.
Now let's go back to the part where you're a cow. Why is a cow the mascot for the robotics
There was
team?
the Holy Cows. It was everyone just came up with their own name. There was another team that they were like ducks or something, and they had this little duck head and like a duck costume. And I remember we had a dance battle between me and them, and I won.
Cool.
Until they put the duck head on someone else who actually knew how to dance, and he was doing all this like
popping
and locking, and I was like, I can't compete with that.
Did you ever yank on your udders in public?
Oh yeah, that was a big thing.
Anything? Did you
I would do like gyration movements with my big gut because that was part of the costume. I had a big gut.
Blothar from Gwar famously has giant udders that he, but squirts all of his ooze out to his babies, which are us in the audience. You know, it's like a mastication kind of thing.
Is it milk? What does he load into it? Like, what actually is shot at you?
Like dyed red water, basically, but it's supposed to look like kind of like blood or like alien cum or something.
Blue at the one.
Was it
that
blue?
I went with
yeah,
you.
it changes sometimes. I forget.
A year and a half.
You went to a car show?
I've been to 2.
It was amazing.
Oh, cool.
We all got in.
Nice.
It was fun.
All right.
Thanks a lot, John, for coming.
Sure.
Thank you for bringing your tiny vacuum.
Trading card.
Absolutely. Rick, here's your.
Oh, you don't get to keep that.
Oh, thank you, Ryan.
You think you're going to keep the mini vacuum?
No, I wanted to vacuum his picture up into the trash. No.
I think it has a lot of like Gundam clippings inside it right now. All right, later, y'all.
Later, John. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Awesome. Give him a round of
soundboard, there'll be applause.
This is where the soundboard is. Well, Lindsay, we're here almost towards the end of the new Funhaus podcast.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of good stuff. We saw John's little mini Roomba. We saw John's rip snort weird ass
knife
that I was not expecting him to pull out.
It's a cool knife.
That was pretty cool. We saw Charlotte's crazy avatar crab that I can't remember all the details of it, but she knew everything about it. And we saw Jacob's Gundam with the 2 big not fuel tank dicks.
Yeah.
We saw
my plant.
Your monster plant, Lady Gaga, and the Gatorade behind us. My calendar from 1995 and my baseball trading cards. Rick, I hear you might have a couple things to show for your show and tell.
Yeah, let me show you guys what I have in my office. I have this.
Okay, you're not allowed to show that either.
You gotta, that's going to get us banned.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have...
Put a big sensor bar over that.
What is that? Oh, you got to put that down.
Yeah, put that down too.
That's
show this
weed.
joint.
He's showing marijuana.
He's showing narcotics.
And weapons.
All right, come back to us. I guess what else you got there?
Yes, we can show this, right?
Wow. Okay.
That looks cool. Shit. Did you build that?
Yeah. So this is the 2001 McLaren Lego F1 set.
How much is that?
This was $200.
Jesus.
Jeez. How much is an actual McLaren?
Like $250.
$1,000.
Okay.
So this is like the only thing I could really afford in the McLaren brand. So I was like, I'm gonna get it.
Wow.
And I
How long
did.
did that take you to make?
This took me like 8 hours to make. But I was high as shit, so it probably took me a little longer. But I was zoning.
It's blue and orange, and it's a McLaren.
Yeah, it's the McLaren F1 car. It's really fucking cool. Look at that.
Have you ever been to an F1 race?
I've never been to an F1 race, but I have been going to the Long Beach Grand Prix.
I was about to ask. Isn't there a big F1 thing happening around town here soon?
It's in Vegas, Ryan.
When?
Dude, oh, yeah. When is that? Let's go to that.
Oh, we were looking
at... It's Black Friday weekend, I believe. So it's going to be in late November.
Oh.
It's going to be fucking awesome. Yes.
There's already...
Are we trying to go? We're
it's
trying to go.
It's hard to get rooms, right?
Yeah. But if we ask nice enough, we could have Rooster Teeth purchase us the Julius Caesar package, which is $5 million. And we Please, Rooster Teeth. And we could go on the track and like hang out, be in the paddocks with the drivers. It's going to be really sick. I think we should do it. Mr. Teeth, $5 million, please.
Jesus.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Rick, for telling us all about that. Well, Lindsay, that's most of what I had. Did you have anything you wanted to bring up here?
I'm going to look up prices for the room for that weekend.
Oh, for Vegas?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And I know you just got back from Vegas because it's already after the weekend.
I just got back.
And I assume you're going to be doing your normal thing of going and playing slot machines endlessly and hoping to make money off of them.
No, I know I'm not making money off of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So correction is, I think it's the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look
November
it up.
16th through 18th.
Rooms are going to be expensive, huh?
They are.
There's a Formula One in Austin now.
Yeah, it's been there for like the past 4 or 5 years, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
they just recently had one. Well, the Miami track was brand new. That was pretty cool. But this Vegas track is going to be sick. They're going to be racing at night, Ryan.
Is that they usually don't?
No, they usually do. But imagine the lights like on the Vegas Strip
yeah.
with these fucking fighter engine cars going 200 miles per hour down the strip.
They're racing on the strip?
They're racing on the strip, baby. It's going to be sick.
You can do that? That's so cool. What if they crash out on, Flamingo Drive? Well,
pretty crazy.
I think we kind of reached the end here. Do we? Unless you wanted to add anything,
No.
I'm good. This was a fun show and tell, though.
Mm-hmm.
Down in the comments, let us know what you showed during show and tell growing up. Do you have any memorable show and tells? Any fucked up show and tells? Other kids? Sometimes I remember it's like, oh, we're gonna have show and tell, and someone would bring something that the teacher would get mad at. Like, you can't show that to us.
Exactly.
So then they had to screen them at some point, beforehand. But anyway, let us know in the comments any show and tell faux pas or stories. But I'm Ryan. This is Lindsay.
I'm Lindsay.
And it's fun at the Funhaus Podcast. The Funhaus Podcast. We got new segments that you're meant to enjoy. Hanging out with Lindsay and the boys at the Funhaus Podcast. See you later.
Bye.